Good morning from the Grand Canyon. Sunrise. Here is a little compilation of the hikes that I did while I was here. Check it out. Well, I have to start by talking about the rim trail. But to get to the rim trail, you have to use the Greenway Trail. And we were staying at Trailer Village, and even if you're staying at Mathers, this Greenway, these paved trails, connect you to some great overlooks, even to the nearby town. That's Mathers Overlook right there. And shuttle buses are great because they can drop you off somewhere and you can hike, and then you can get on a bus and you don't have to do a two-way hike. The total distance of the rim trail is 12.8 miles, and you can start in one location and then hike to another location. Oops. And jump on a bus and go back and have lunch if you want.
Our next stop is Mojave Point to Sunset Viewpoint.
Now the rim trail is bike accessible in some places. You can ride your bike. To the left goes to Mathers Point here, and then to the right goes to Yaqui Point and the Kebab Trail. To the right you can ride your bike, to the left you cannot. But it is a nice bike ride, very scenic overlooks. So the Greenway Trail will take you to the villages, the marketplace. It connects the campgrounds, and you can even go to the visitor center, check out Mathers Point. If you're curious about the Bright Angel Trail, check it out right there. Switchback. Switchback. Switchbacks. There's more. Now I tackled the rim trail, the hiking part of it, in 2 different days. And one day I started at the Bright Angel Trail and I walked towards Hermit's Rest. And there's some amazing overlooks on the way there. You can look over and see the Bright Angel Trail, in fact. So that first bit of this trail, the Trail of Time, we're still on that, had a few little steep parts, but benches. Nothing impossible. We are at 3,820 million years ago. This rock right here, this area, if I understand it correctly. More of the Bright Angel Trail. So this trail just goes along the side of the canyon, so you have views all day long. This part of the trail is easy. There's a little ups and downs, but it's nothing terrible. The views were just, like I said, I couldn't get enough. I know this video is long. Speed it up if you want. There's going to be some parts of this video that have no talking because just the scenery there is the attraction. It's just amazing. The rim trail is well marked. It tells you, how far it is to the next shuttle stop. So if it gets too hot, you can just jump on the next bus. Sunrise, Hopi Point. Good morning from the Grand Canyon, Mojave Point. Sunrise. Now, it took me a day, but I finally learned that getting up early, super early, and being on the trail by the time sunrise was before sunrise or right at sunrise was best for cooler temperatures and to avoid the busy crowds that seemed to get on the bus. The buses after 10 o'clock got really congested. Early morning hikes, which I know every other hiker in the whole wide world, that's what they do. But I am not a morning person. But once I am up and going, I feel great. And there's nothing like sunrise yoga overlooking the Grand Canyon. I am so thankful. So the second day I picked up where I left off and I headed on to Hermit's Rest. So got up early, grabbed the bus, and it dropped me off, and I don't even recall which point it was, but it dropped me off there. And I did the last section. Now, what looks like smoke here is actually, what looks like fog. Oh, there's the Colorado River. So as you get towards Hermit's Rest, you do see the Colorado River more. Not so much up around, not at all around Mather's Point and the Visitor Center and those populated areas. Also, it's less busy the closer you get to Hermit's Rest. That's only accessible by a bus. But the fog that you see, or what looks like fog, well, some of it may be fog, but at the time of our visit, there was a fire on the North Rim, so smoke would settle. Signs posted along the way so you know just exactly how far you have between one point to the next point. Once I got to this part, the Colorado River was just so amazing to see it from so far above. Love that the trail got a little interesting in some parts, a little rocky and down, which is really cool. Having the shade was just amazing, amazing. The road is always nearby. And again, you can bike that road. That is a bikeable road, but no private cars. Shuttle buses only. Don't slip. North Rim fire. think this may have been my favorite part of the rim trail. I like the ruggedness of it. I like the scenery here. I like the fact that I can see the Colorado River as I'm hiking. And there was very few people. Most of the people are up around the visitor center, Mathers Point, and it's just so congested up that way. The further you get away from there, the less crowds. Now you will have crowds at the overlooks here, because a bus will drop people off and they can go poke around the overlook and then get back on the bus and go to the next place. This part of the trail here is the original Hermit Road. Used rubble from the hills around here. It was originally made for horse and buggies. Cool. I did not know that. The best views at Hermit's Rest are up the Greenway Trail. Just 4/10 of a mile. Nice. Hermit's Rest, no crowds. And sometimes if you just wanted to do a little bit of this rim trail, you could be dropped off right at one spot and then hike like a mile to the next overlook and get back on the bus. And there's 3 stops along the way that will pick you up coming and going. So it ends up at Hermit's Rest, and that place, the first time I went there on the bus in the middle of the day, was packed with people. This time when I hiked there in the morning, nobody's there, not a soul. But the store's not open, so you can't get any snacks or anything. It's just a cool building, a little bit of history to it. My big hike, my favorite day, was the day I hiked the Bright Angel Trail. Well, part of it. And lucky me, I got to see the mules getting ready for a ride down below the rim. And that was another beautiful sunrise hike. Now, the Bright Angel Trail goes below the rim. You can go all the way down to the canyon floor. It is not recommended that you do that down and back up in one day. At the time I was visiting, there were heat warnings. 110 degrees was the forecast for the heat down on the canyon floor. And so it was very strongly recommended that you plan accordingly, because however far you go down, you have to go back up. And so I set my goal to go to the first rest house. It's 1.5 miles down, which means it's 1.5 miles back up. And the rangers will give you a really great hiking guide that tells you, how far to go. Now, there's another trail that goes below the rim. Well, there's many other trails, but the 2 most popular ones are Bright Angel Trail and the Kebab Trail. However, I opted for the one that had a bathroom and running water. Mostly the bathroom, because as you can see, there are no potty places along this route. And also, if you decide to step off the trail and use the bathroom, you better look up, because chances are the trail that you just passed is right above you. But it starts off with a really cool pass-through tunnel. And the views, $1 million views. Now, this can be a very busy trail, and I saw it very busy later on in the day, but in the morning, very few people out here. In fact, you're probably best to come even earlier, before daylight. Had I done that, I could have gone further, but it was starting to really heat up when I started heading back up. It's like going into some mystical place. Ruins. Chipmunk. I feel extremely fortunate on this hike to have witnessed the mule train coming by.
Yeah. Thank you.
This particular morning. And if I had any thoughts of riding a mule down into the canyon, watching those mules on this little skinny trail taking sharp switchback turns, listening to the guide telling the one guy, no, lean to the right, or lean to the left, or something like that. No, thank you. The cool things about the Grand Canyon is just the way the light plays on the rock throughout the day. It changes. And I loved playing with my shadow on this hike going down. I did get to see bighorn sheep here. So if you hike slow and look up in the brush, and one actually ran right in front of the trail in front of me, but you will get to see bighorn sheep. Another great thing about the Bright Angel Trail is you have a little bit of shade with this hike. The Kebab Trail does not. It is said that the Kebab Trail is a little less traveled, but still busy. And also the reviews said that the gravel on the trail made it a little slippery. So I had 3 reasons. Bright Angel had a bathroom. No reports of slipping, sliding on Bright Angel Trail. And Bright Angel Trail has shade. a bathroom. The turnaround point. The trail goes on. And you can actually hike to the canyon floor and spend the night. That would be a really cool thing. And then come back the next day. That would be cool. We stayed at the Grand Canyon in Trailer Village. You can also stay at Mather's Campground, and they have lodges there you can stay at. Mather's is no service though, no service at all. So great for tent campers, or if you have something small, or if you're set up with solar. I'm sure they allow generators, but we opted for the full service Trailer Village Park, and elk walk right through your campground there. It's so amazing. And you don't need a car once you get there. The only time you need a car is if you want to go back towards the Desert View area. Buses only go a little part of that, but they do go on some of it. And the buses are very efficient. They run every 15 minutes, and the bus drivers are helpful. When we were there, we had to wear a mask. Just be forewarned if you go anytime soon. I'm sure that's still going on right now. This is 2022, but masks are required on the buses. They will yell at you if you don't have your mask on, and if you don't have your mask on correctly. But the shuttle system was so great. You've got food there. We biked and had lunch at the marketplace, which that's pretty amazing. And they have a little grocery store there, and of course they have gift stores there. But a lot of hiking and biking and sightseeing. So what was my favorite part of the Grand Canyon? That's hard to say, because I enjoyed my days hiking on the Rim Trail, but I have to say, going down the Bright Angel Trail, going down below the rim that morning, watching the sunrise, seeing the bighorn sheep was just fascinating. It was like once in a lifetime. Now I want to hike down and spend the night, but that'll have to be another year, another time. But all the trails are great. I enjoyed the Rim Trail. There's other trails that I didn't get to. It is just an amazing place. But the Rim Trail from Angel's Rest to Bright Angel Trailhead, from Bright Angel Trailhead to Hermit's Rest is really nice. If you want to bike, then bike to the Yaqui Point and the Canop Trailhead. That's really pretty. And if you like a lot of people, go hang around the Visitor Center in Mather's Point. So anyway, this is Gator. Do all you can while you can. Get outside and go play. I went outside this morning and played. I went bike riding today. That'll be in another video. Here in near Sedona, Arizona is where I'm at. So take care, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.